Hey everybody, this is RJ Boom on Boomer Television, Season 1, Episode 7, with my special guest today, by of all people, in which I'm really happy for this, Don Kincaid!
Dude, RJ Boom, what's up, baby? What's up? This is amazing. How did I end up on Boomer TV?
Well, I've been going through a lot of people and asking, see if anybody would want to do it. No response. So, and besides, I've been trying to hound the Pyramids of Power for a couple of months now.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that, that's right. After everything you told me about what happened with them, doing what they did with you on stirring the pot with Don Kincaid, I decided to tell you, hey, ever since we saw each other last week, I figured, let's hit it up.
Yeah.
Let's see how everything might go.
Awesome.
So, what is so special about Mr. Don Kincaid here?
No, I'm just...
Dude, everywhere I go, you're explosive with positivity.
Well, we spoke earlier about, escaping. Using wrestling for an escape. And that's why I go there. I take my phone, and it's transitioned over from just taking footage. Standing in the back lines, I take footage and I started clipping it a little bit, and it's kind of evolved into this whole Kincaid character. Now, it's actually kind of the opposite of me. I'm usually a little chill, I'm a homebody, I kind of keep to myself. But dude, once I get out to an event, I am a total different person. Like you spoke of, sometimes you have to turn that switch on, you become RJ Boom. You have to transition into that. And that's exactly the same thing I do. Because when you go to wrestling, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, and I am no physical guy by any, look at your bracelet, it's almost up to my freaking shoulder. That's how skinny I am.
I remember when we were doing the lumberjack event.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
You had El Jabron freaking running you around the ring with you on his shoulders.
That was
the best entertainment of the night, by the way.
That was amazing.
Especially when he won the luchador title.
That was amazing. Oh, hell, but it's really the entertainment value that I really dig. It's not always gimmicky and shtick. I just like to have fun. And especially if it's the bad guys, you got to poke the bad guys. You've got to stir that pot, man.
Well, yeah, of course. But, the sad thing is that same night that Scotty Anarchy went up against Ryan Frost in that lumberjack match, I had to protect you because El Jabron wasn't there.
Not around at all.
And you still support him.
I have to. It's El Jabroni, man. I'm his #1 fan. I can't just bail on him. There has been talks.
To be fair, nobody really can bail on El Jabron. He is the American Luchador Champion of Battlefront, and yes, every single time me, Nathaniel Carr, and Mr. Don Kincaid see El Jabron, the first thing we do is, all hail Jabroni.
That is fantastic.
Now, I've seen pictures of you before. You even started getting into wrestling, even before at the age of 8 when you saw your first couple matches.
Amazing, yes, amazing memories.
Yes, we did discuss about other characteristics and people who go through depression and don't realize, hey, let's use this as wrestling as an outlet. Let's use working out as an outlet. Let's use boxing. Let's use other forms of needs to use to get ourselves sucked into something else instead of dealing with our daily lives.
Right.
Now with you had other hobbies, man. You did music. If you mind me asking, why did it all stop?
I dabbled.
Dude, and you had some weird funky hair.
Well, this acreage that's vacant on my head here, that started a long time ago. So short hair didn't really work for me on stage. We did 80s metal.
Oh, sweet.
Motley Crue, Whitesnake, Rat, you name it, we did it. In
Motley Crue, the best song ever, especially in the movie Hot Tub Time Machine. Home Sweet Home, love it.
We ran for about 6 solid years.
Oh, wow.
I was PA guy, Facebook guy, poster guy, web guy. I was a rhythm guitarist, and as soon as we got done setting up the equipment and song 1 would start, everything went away from me. I was on stage, friends, family, strangers, didn't matter who showed up. As long as people showed up and gave us a little bit of support, I got that energy like you guys do in wrestling, and I use that to my advantage. I get up on stage, and man, do I not stand still. I was a crazy man on stage.
So basically, you did your own version of wrestling, of entertainment, but with music. In which, don't get me wrong, I love music. I've always have loved music growing up as a kid. My mother even stopped me one time of messing with a freaking radio that my dad had a while back, and I used to touch it all the time just to shake my rhythm. They used to stop me every single time because I was like, dude, no, I want to listen to music. Stop.
I'm a white boy with a bit of rhythm.
A white boy with a bit of a rhythm, man. You had that rhythm and boom type thing.
I had a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends, new and old. I met so many different people. You know, music and wrestling are so synonymous, to be honest with you. There's many aspects of both that are so similar. It's actually kind of scary, to be honest with you. Having to fight with money from promoters, having to support and push your product, be it social media, posters, getting out there, putting flyers on telephone poles and such, doing the old school style.
Yeah.
The politics, the drama behind the scenes. Wrestling and music, very, very similar.
Also with football, baseball, basketball, all of wherever you go, it's always going to be political and drama filled. But you know, you just got to keep your mindset quiet, keep your mouth shut, and just work through it and just try to do your best to continue doing what you love.
Absolutely. And I mean, I might have made a couple enemies along the way with my mouth, and I mean, it does get carried away at times.
Nobody's perfect, but we love doing what we love doing. You loved music, and now you're this explosive Mr. Don Kincaid with the Don Kincaid Files. Now you have your own little sitcom, your own sitcom.
That's okay.
Your own little YouTube series called The Kincaid Files, but also you stir the pot.
I do stir the pot.
What episode are you on now?
I am
after me.
You are number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are number 6. You are episode 6, so 6 and 7 right here, baby.
Wow.
Yeah. So 6 and 7. So I mean, this is amazing. I'm on Boomer TV.
And I was on the Don Kincaid File stirring the pot.
I can't even thank you enough for that.
Oh, no problem.
And we really had a great conversation, and I love the openness and the candor and pulling back the entertainment, and that's why I did it. You know, it's not to keep RJ Boom the gimmick, it's to get behind RJ Boom the guy. Or RJ, you know, we don't disclose many names, you know, kayfabe, if you will. But
yeah, you always got to keep a kayfabe.
That's what I like to do to pull back the entertainment value of. That's why I did Stirring the Pot. The local scene for the local guys and girls, you know, because there are outlets to do that, but not for all of us that get to the RJ Booms, the Nate Nassics, you know, the El Jabronis. I mean, they're not out there.
Pyramids of Power.
They're not out there telling their stories to many media outlets, and I thought I could maybe start it and do a little bit of something.
And you know what? Honestly, it's been a really good thing. I have been doing Boomer TV for basically since 2016, but never really had the opportunity to upload videos. I've always did it on social media, Facebook, of going Facebook Live ever since it came out. So I've been just doing it that way. But now that I've been doing it on YouTube, it's been helping me out wonders.
Yeah.
And now I have 7 episodes. You're number 7, and it's great. But now I want your opinion on something, my friend.
Uh-oh.
BPW Summer Bash 2, August 10th. What's been going on there?
Battlefront's crazy.
Okay, and now, okay. I've been, as you saw on social media, I was attacked by Mr. HBO. I'm gonna call you HBO because I'm not done with you yet.
Whoa.
Mr. Omar. I'm not.
Watch your tongue, sir.
No. This is being me very positive.
Okay.
Because you're gonna attack me because you can't go find half of the other Battlefront guys, so you found one of your main targets? The governors.
The governors.
First, Omar attacks me from behind. And then makes a call out to Battlefront. In which, mind you, when he took that rocket and threw it at me, he dinged me in the head. So I also sustained a little of a concussion that night. But I'm fine now.
You seem to be minding your own business.
I was minding my own business. I was helping a friend get ready to start up his car, and then I got attacked. Didn't even know that Omar was around.
Battlefront has, as we spoke of, evolving your characters and stuff. Battlefront as a company has evolved in their first year of being around.
They have evolved a lot, and I love it.
I've been to their very first show, and I've never missed a one yet. Oh wait, no, I missed one show. That's right, I missed one show. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I do not recall this. I remember seeing you at every show.
It was one. I was running into a little bit of problem myself, and I took wrestling off for about 2 to 3 months.
Oh yes, I recall this.
Yes, and one of the events was Battlefront that I happened to miss. But Battlefront's evolved into something.
Oh, it was that August show.
It was August.
Because you did the first Summer Bash.
Yes.
That's when I met you that day.
And then the next one I missed.
And then the next one you missed because of family affairs.
Yes. And you've got yourself caught up into a company that is on the horizon to being the next like hardcore company to really do something, you know, not deathmatch stuff. There's deathmatch and there's hardcore. But you're Mr. Positivity. You're gonna get caught up in that.
Too late. I'm already caught up in it.
With HBO?
First at Center Ring, I got blamed of being the fourth man. For the governors. Now, I got attacked by one of the governors, Omar, Mr. HBO. Yes, I'm picking on his name.
HBO.
Yes, HBO, not HBO. It's HBO.
So, do you have something coming up with him on August 10th, or what the heck is going on?
No, but I'm going to keep my eyes on him. And yes, and this is off topic of Boomer Television.
Okay.
Hey, Omar, I know you're listening. I'm not gonna forget what you did to me. And now this is not the positive RJ Boom. This is just RJ Boom. You better watch your back. You and the governors are gonna get what's coming to you.
And go.
Cut. Now for that. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen of Boomer Television, for me being negative on that, but I do apologize. Now back to my guest, Mr. Don Kincaid. Mr. Kincaid,
yes,
I got a couple questions. What do you think of the whole entire thing of the governors jumping in out of nowhere and attacking Dan Gore and the Battlefront guys?
Without swearing, bullcrap. Bullcrap, and then one more thing, bullcrap.
Yeah, that's what you believe?
Yeah, because you know what, man? These guys are coming in because Dan the Man says that, you know, Battlefront needs a change and they need, you know, whatever Dan the Man says. He's a crazy guy in his own right, but leading other guys into battle like he did, dude, I don't even know if they're even stoppable. So I need to really say you have to be very careful, sir. Because Dan the Man is not one person to be trifled with. Never mind the gang that he's gathered called the governors now. When they came in, I thought it was the most disrespectful thing. And did you hear the fans, though?
Oh, man, the fans were wired.
They were irate with what happened in Battlefield.
All right. It still boggles my mind. And with now the history that's been going on with me, with the governors, and now everybody in the back thinking that I'm going to turn my back on the Battlefront because they keep coming at me. And I'm believing that, wait, I'm not turning my back on Battlefront. I am Battlefront. I'm one of the originals since it started in 2018.
So you truly weren't the fourth guy?
No, I'm not the fourth guy. As you saw, it was Len Oddity, and now there was never a fourth guy. There was 5 guys that they were going to be a part of.
5.
They have now Len Oddity and Ty Shine.
What?
And by the way, okay, with the governors, Ty Shine versus Jiggy Sosa. I know Jiggy and Ty Shine have their history of fighting for that belt and Jiggy losing it to Ty Shine.
Yeah.
But what do you think is occurring with this? Like, you think Jiggy has a chance, in which I believe Jiggy has a chance to retain his title. But do you think Jiggy has the opportunity to be the underdog like El Jabron is, but as the contender to Ty Shine, who's somebody who's bigger than him?
There's a major factor in this match that you're not mentioning.
Oh, what is that?
There's Ty Shine, there's Jiggy Sosa. There's the Battlefront Championship in the middle. Being fought over, right?
Yes.
It's going to be 3 stages of hell.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's 3 stages of extreme.
Yeah. 3 stages of extreme.
First for me, too.
That's going to be
very first for me.
A crazy factor. And to be honest with you, I can't even pick any. And I'm one to really either pick one or the other. With the 3 stages of extreme intertwined into this whole saga rivalry between Jiggy and Ty, there is no way you can come up with a solid winner. There's no way you can say Ty Shine is definitely winning. You cannot say that Jiggy Sosa is definitely winning because this factor, this X factor. Wait a minute. There's been different story. Different story. there is no way you can definitively pick Ty Shine or Jiggy Sosa to win this. So for me, to give you an answer, Jiggy or Ty Shine, I gotta shrug my shoulders and say, I'm gonna let the 3 stages of Extreme handle that match, and that is who is gonna determine the winner.
So you're gonna basically say that you're gonna wait until the 3 stages of Extreme shows itself, and that's gonna give you the answer?
There is no other way, because you cannot determine the outcome when you are dealing with 3 stages of Extreme. Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Yeah, I can understand 3 stages of hell. That's a good title to it, but not three stages of Extreme.
Yeah.
That's just gonna be a death match on its own.
We don't even know what we're gonna get.
Oh, it's right on the title. It's right under there.
I get the Extreme and stages of, but
Yeah, that's right.
which Battlefront can you give us?
I don't know either. I'm a part of the Battlefront Originals, and I don't even know what's going on.
Okay, let me ask you a question on Boomer TV.
Nobody's ever done that, but okay, go right ahead.
We said the X Factor, and then I said, wait a minute, let's get back. The X, have you seen this X?
Yes, I've been seeing the X everywhere, and I don't even know myself.
Oh, so that's not you?
No, it's not me. Believe me, if it was me, I'd let you know.
I thought I'd be able to get that figured out right here since we're on Boomer TV.
Well, listen, it's a special on everything, but that's one thing I don't got.
Wow. No answers.
No answers to it. Sorry. But on Boomer TV, I can tell you this. Battlefront, Summer Bash 2, August 10th, be there.
The first one was insane, might I add.
Oh yeah, the first one was insane. That's when Jiggy became the champion
And
in that battle royal.
And that's when there was crazy 3-way hardcore and
the 3-way tag title
yes,
match.
and
Pyramids, Southerns, and Fear Factor.
And Southern picked up the win and became the champions that day.
Oh yeah,
And that was insane. Just Incredible came out. It was mental all day long.
Yeah, and me and Nate Nastic, our final rivalry fight.
Yeah.
In which I felt that there could have been more, because I felt like there was a lot of bent up aggression on him still, and me. But that's where I called it that night, and I said, we're done. You're done with me, I'm done with you, we're going to go our own ways. So when I did that, I became the positive one. RJ Boom!
Bam.
Mr. Positivity, the positive one. The prospect of positivity, baby.
Yeah.
And I'm going to continue keeping it that way.
Yeah. Wait,
So nobody in their right minds is going to make me go negative. Keep it booming.
Boom. Did you say POP?
No.
Like it's a new day here?
No, Pyramids of Power is not here.
Oh.
The New Day is not here.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry I got to be Mr. Negative.
Oh, that's okay. Do you know your role in Battlefront on August 10th? Summer Bash 2?
Yeah, Summer Bash 2, ladies and gentlemen. Not at this time. But I have been speaking to the higher-ups, and they say they have something special for me.
Ooh.
That's all I know.
Special usually means pretty fun.
I hope so, because Battlefront has been nothing but fun and amazing.
We're still on Boomer TV, correct?
Correct.
Can I ask you another question?
What? Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
First one in history for 2 questions being asked on me.
You've been in Battlefront since day one.
Yes.
How do you feel about Battlefront? Is that more like your home, like your true home base right now?
Yes. All right, I'm going to tell you from the question to another question that I'm going to give you.
Okay.
The reason why I'm still at Battlefront and haven't expanded as much to PAPW, to other companies, is because I'm scared of rejection. That's one of the reasons.
That hurts you inside when you're trying to perform, and rejection does. It's a bother.
I have been offered to go train at the school at PAPW, but I never really had the opportunity to take the opportunity to give them a response and say, well, hold on, I'll let you know when I get the time and the money to get up there.
Right.
And that's all I've been given them. And I feel bad because I don't want to do that.
Right.
Paul Roma's a really good guy, and half of the crew there is amazing.
Yeah.
And I've been wrestling, like I said, for 5 years, and it's been one highlight of my life. Like I said, I met my wife last year, and she's amazing.
At Battlefront.
That's my WrestleMania moment, and it will always be.
I've loved Battlefront since I've been. Do you know I'm sure you remember the first one. There was a ton of snow on the ground.
Oh my God, that's the 3rd time in my wrestling career that I have ever been stuck doing a wrestling show in a snowstorm. First one, RPW back in 2015. NAW, New Age Wrestling, in December of 2017. And then the debut of Battlefront.
Now, there was supposed to be an NEW show on that same day in Bethany at the town hall. Because it was a town hall, they canceled it, okay? So it was taken off the schedule, and I'm floating on Facebook, and I see Battlefront Pro Wrestling, Ludlow, Mass. I called my dad. My dad says, "You're insane." I called my nephew. My nephew's like, "Hell yeah, I want to go." So we drove from Bristol, Connecticut, all the way up to Ludlow, Massachusetts in that crazy snowstorm in my Ultima to go check out some Battlefront Pro Wrestling. And I have been to every single show since, except for one. I've always gone back to Battlefront. Battlefront is almost like a second, third home for me.
Compared to other wrestling shows.
They've shown me so much love. The Gores are absolutely amazing and some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Oh, hell yeah, they are. They really, really are.
They really are.
The Gore family has been one of the best people that I've ever came in contact with and has the biggest hearts in the world.
Absolutely. Love the Gores to pieces, man. I can't say enough about them. They treat me with so much love and so much respect, and I'm just a dude with a phone, man. And I get the love that they give me, and I try to reciprocate, if you will.
When let's put it like this, the August show that we did, the one that you missed. This is one of the craziest things I'm going to tell you because I've done it a couple times, and you won't believe that I've done it.
Okay.
I took a bus all the way to Ludlow, but the last stop it goes to is Big Y in Ludlow.
Okay.
So what my crazy self did was I hit the GPS, walked from Ludlow Big Y all the way to the Elks Lodge.
What?
In the heat.
Oh my God.
I'm glad I had a bottle of water because I was going to suffer a heat stroke.
So you took a bus. The bus didn't go as far as the Elks Lodge, and you hoofed it from wherever the bus dropped you off to the event to work.
Yep.
The event.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. There's been that time, and then I did the same thing, but I decided to go for a walk, and I walked from my mother's house straight to the Gore's brother and sister-in-law.
Okay.
To their place, all the way up in another part of town.
Wow.
I've done that from Springfield to Chicopee, the whole way up to Chicopee, Chicopee to Ludlow.
Do you have loose screws somewhere?
Yeah.
I love that, man. That was awesome.
But let's just put it like this: I'm one crazy SOB. But sometimes I'm too afraid to show it.
Gotcha.
That's why I stick with the positivity side.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
But enough about me, Mr. Don Kincaid.
Yeah, wait.
I want to know a few more things about you.
About me?
Yes.
All right.
What made you fall in love with? What was your first independent show that you went to after leaving music?
Oh, after leaving music. Leaving music was a very, very hard decision because I loved it so much.
Okay, before you answer the wrestling question,
Yeah.
when did you leave the music? And I know you just finished saying that you loved it.
I
what,
did.
What made you just take a break or stop?
I thought I was gonna pause for a little bit after my main band, High Octane. We kind of fizzled it out after 6 years.
High Octane, cool.
And instead of fizzling it out, and I ended up being in like 3 different bands at the same time. I became a bass player for a couple shows for my nephew. Learned like 40 songs on bass in 3 weeks. And we did 3 shows. I stepped up for them guys. But what really took me out was all of the pressures, because there's usually one guy in a band that has a lot of things that entails to keep that band set going. Okay. Being the web guy, being the Facebook guy, the booker guy, the poster guy, the PA guy. There's always that one guy that usually has a little bit more on his shoulders, and I happen to be that guy. And I needed to take that pressure away. It was becoming very...
stressing, tiring.
Yeah.
You were doing everything, and were you getting any recognition for it?
I was, and I'm not saying that the other guys, it was 5 of us total, that they did absolutely nothing, but I took on the majority of what needed to be done to keep the band going. Okay. And a lot of that, especially getting to a live setting, and like you guys set up the ring, I set up the PA with very few hands behind me. So it was very stressful. By the time I got up on stage to do a sound check, I'm freaking out, man. Like I've just had so much to do already. So I needed to alleviate that from my life. And I said, you know what? If I don't make a stand and just say, I need to quit and tell my guys and tell my friends, my brothers that I need to step away, and I hope they understand that. If they don't, then maybe they weren't my true friends at that point. But I have to be totally upfront and honest and be like, guys, I have to just stop. And I did. They were, they were understanding, but they weren't, because they wanted to continue the process of what we were doing.
I see. So, you ended up changing your passion for music.
To wrestling.
To wrestling.
Yes.
This is going to be the last question of the night.
But I didn't give you, and I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, go right ahead and finish it.
I would like to give you my first independent show.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get.
That was the question, yes.
That was going to be the next one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This is the last question, because I know I cut you off because of the music.
That's quite all right.
What was your first independent circuit of wrestling that made you come back into doing what you love to do best? The Don Kincaid Files, baby!
It's so fun. Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling.
PvP.
When they were on Russell Street, or Russell Ave.
In South Hadley?
In South Hadley.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was their home base at the American Legion.
Yes,
I randomly drove up there by myself from Bristol, took an hour ride, went to this Pioneer Valley Pro, and hit it. And I know there was Northeast Wrestling around, and I've seen, Northeast, previously, but that was the first time I ever got into it. And then I went back to a next show, and like 3 or 4 shows deep, I just, for whatever reason, pulled my phone out of my pocket, stood against a wall, and I recorded a whole Big Bacon match.
Out of any of the Big Bacon match, Brad Hollister, which one was your favorite match of all time of his? Just one.
It's kind of odd to say this, but it was William King.
Oh, okay.
Won the championship.
Against Brad Hollister?
Against Brad Hollister.
I missed that night, by the way. My ride left without me. And that's what got me
After
mad.
Brad Hollister has been the longest running champion in PvP history at that time, and William King beat him, and you want to talk about a pop, and I hate to use William King's win to say it was my favorite Hollister match, but I think it really
All right, let me rephrase this, not that. Let me use that in a different term. Your favorite match of PvP. So that will work.
That would really work, because the whole package, the way Bacon, I mean, he's an amazing wrestler, and I grasped onto his character from the very second. Him and Hammer Tunis as the closers, are you kidding me? Absolute money for me. I loved all of it. But seeing that with the crowd's reaction, not only the crowd's reaction, but William King was in the ring, and just his emotions were coming out, holding on to this PvP championship. There was a young boy. He must have been about 10 years old, I'll say.
Yeah, somebody recorded it and I saw that match.
He-
I cried myself because I've known Mr. William King for years, ever since middle school.
What an accomplishment. So there was so much emotion going on, and there was one young man, 10 years old, outside the ring, front row with his dad. He was crying so hard. His emotions poured out so much. That's how much he was invested into that story, into that match. And by the end, when William King was grasping onto that, that young man was crying like waterfalls. William King brought him into the ring, gave him the championship, took the microphone, and him and the young man were both crying like babies in the middle of that ring. And he spoke of, this is what it's about. This is why I strive to be the champion. And, you know, a lot of that, those emotions poured out. And I will never, ever forget that. Never. I loved every bit of that match with the story. And the tail end of that, with the crowd being part of that and so invested into that whole story. And Big Bacon, he was, you know, some guys cheered for him because they were those anti-hero guys.
Yeah.
But Big Bacon wasn't a guy to cheer for, man. You had to hate Big Bacon. And that crowd hated Big Bacon. So when William King won, it was such sweetness for that crowd, man.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Like I said, I've known him for years. He's been like one of my closest friends. And to know that he still had the ability to put his heart into something, I knew he was able to pull that match off.
It was so much fun.
It just sucked that I missed it.
I wish you were there to be part of that, because out of all of them, the PvPs, and there's been a lot of them, and I have a lot of memories, that one will always stick out as my number one.
That's good, man.
Absolutely, man.
If I could tell you right now, if William King was here, he'd probably tell you thank you.
I loved it. It was amazing. The story, though. We talk wrestling. We talk, in-ring move sets. We talk, how you present your character in a promo. The storytelling in a match, that was fantastic.
I believe it. I've seen that man wrestle. He puts a lot of heart into it. A lot of positivity and heart into the match. Believe me, like I said, I've known him for years, and he's like one of my closest friends. And
he was one of the regular guys. He's not jacked up. He's not he's just one of the regular guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would consider him as one of the original underdogs.
Yeah, man.
But time is up. And Mr. Don Kincaid, thank you very much for showing up on Boomer TV, episode 7.
I can't believe it. I'm on Boomer TV. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, man. Enjoy the rest of the wrestling years. And August will be my last time you will ever see me, because I'm going to be taking a leave of absence after the Battlefront show, August 10th, Summer Bash 2, due to health reasons.
So that's it for a little bit for RJ Boone?
Yeah.
Well, I want to wish you the best of luck with whatever you have going on, behind the scenes. You take care of that, first and foremost. They always say wrestling will be there for you. Wrestling is going nowhere. Don't you ever rush yourself. So you come in strong, you come in hard, but make sure you're good, though. All right?
Oh, I will, definitely.
It was a pleasure, RJ.
Oh,
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course.
This was awesome.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.